Hi, Scott Tipton, and I certainly want to begin with wishing everyone a happy new year as we move into 2015. Here in the House of Representatives, we've gotten to work. This week we've just recently passed a bill, Hiring Our Heroes Act, to be able to address some of the elements that we've seen in Obamacare, inhibiting our small businesses' ability to be able to hire our veterans and to be able to put them back to work. We've also addressed and passed through the full House of Representatives, restoring the 40-hour work week. I know visiting with many of you in our district, there is a great frustration with full recollection of the period of time when Americans fought to get a 40-hour work week. Now we are seeing a problem because of Obamacare being able to retain a 40-hour work week. The House has addressed this issue to restore the 40-hour work week as the standard to be able to put Americans back to work and to be able to create jobs. Today we also passed the Keystone Pipeline with the potential of creating 42,000 new jobs here in America to be able to put our people back to work and help to make sure that we're getting energy security on our North American continent. Many of you probably heard the jobs report which came out in December noting that the unemployment rate had gone down to 5.6% with 250,000+ new jobs being added. We're certainly encouraged by that, but here's the challenge that many of you are well aware of that we face in our district: the low labor participation rate. That same report noted that just about 63% of Americans are in the labor force, meaning that we have 37% of Americans that have simply given up looking for work. We have to be able to create those opportunities to stimulate jobs and to be able to get our people back to work. The Keystone Pipeline, Hiring Heroes Act, and then restoring the 40-hour work week are certainly steps in the right direction. We continue to hear many challenges for our small businesses, though, with the impacts that are coming out of Obamacare. There will be a full vote on the House of Representatives to repeal Obamacare once again. I'm continuing to promote a bill that I'd sponsored in the last session with Congressman Tom Price out of Georgia, a medical doctor, putting forward a bill called Putting Patient First Act. What this would do is incorporate private sector solutions, make sure that we're not getting in between the doctor-patient relationship, incentivize rather than punish medical health care savings accounts, actually have real tort reform in the process, one of the main cost drivers. We have a lot of issues that we're certainly going to be facing. We're focused on those that are going to be impacting our district and our job prospects to be able to provide for our family. We're going to be reintroducing legislation which we passed with bipartisan support through the last Congress that never had a hearing in the United States Senate, but we are very hopeful will happen in this cycle. That will be the Healthy Forest Management and Wildfire Act, the Protecting Our Water Rights Act, and the Planning for America's Energy Future Act. Also have two other pieces of legislation which will be new to this cycle, which did not have a hearing in the last Congress, in terms of resurveys by the BLM to be able to protect private property rights, and also for having actual transparency in terms of transfers of land as well. I'm very pleased to be able to report that we've also been put on the Financial Services Committee during this cycle. As I traveled through our district and visited with our small business, financial regulation is impacting their ability to be able to create jobs and to be able to retain the jobs that they currently have. Recently, when I was in Pueblo, visited the Hopscotch Bakery, and when I went in and asked what were the major challenges, it was on access to capital. I'm going to be sitting on the full committee as well as two subcommittees that are going to be dealing with oversight and financial institutions. We're going to be promoting legislation not only for transparency to make sure that our small businesses have actual access to capital and that government regulations aren't inhibiting our banks' ability, our community banks and credit unions, to be able to do what is their job, to be able to create those opportunities for access to capital, to be able to get our people back to work and get the economy once again moving so that we're going to be able to share in some of that prosperity that we're seeing in different pockets throughout the country. As always, we certainly appreciate your input and ask you to contact our office here in Washington with your concerns and your ideas, and to reach out to our offices in our district as well, in Pueblo and San Luis Valley and Alamosa and Durango and in Grand Junction. And we look forward to seeing you soon. And again, Happy New Year.